Hi guys, I'm V from V&M Duct Taping, and tonight I'm going to teach you a really simple way to make one of our duct tape flowers. So what you're going to need is a pen or a straw. We use between 3 and 5 different colors of duct tape. So tonight the ones I'm using are a green, a purple, and a blue. And you're going to need some scissors. And sometimes I use a place so I can put my duct tape. And that right there is just some plastic. It's actually a lid to a Tupperware container. So you're going to take the color that you're going to use. Right now I'm going to do blue. And you can either do this one piece at a time, or you can make a big long strip and then you can cut them. And you can either fold them first or you can cut them all first. So we're going to do it one strip at a time. So it's about a good 2 inches or 3 fingers. And then you're going to cut it. And then once you cut it, you're going to take one side and fold it in so that there's still stickiness on both sides and it doesn't have to be perfect. And then you take the end, which is more awkward, which is going to be this side because this is a straight edge, and we're going to fold that down, and you're going to try and match up the edges on this side. And you're going to make a little triangle, and it's okay that there's this extra duct tape down here. It ends up sticking. And so then you stick that onto your piece of plastic, and you end up making rows like that. There's my purple and green rows. And once you get that done, you usually need about 20 per flower, but I'm doing a couple flowers, so that's why I have a lot. So why don't you go ahead and do those, and then we will put the flower together. Okay, so how you put the flower together is once you get all your petals, which right now I'm just going to use those purple and green ones I just used, you are going to take the end of your pen and you're going to use the end that's not writable, the little circle point, and that circle point is going to be the middle of your flower. You're going to take a triangle and you're going to make the point go at the top in the middle, right like that, in the middle of the circle. And then you're going to wrap it around, all the way around. And it kind of looks like that. And you have the piece of duct tape all the way around. And the one we're going to make is a spiral. So each piece is going to go in a spiral in a color. And so then you're going to take your green and you're going to put that right up next to your purple. And do the same thing. Make sure the duct tape goes all the way around, nice and flat. And then you take your blue and you do the same thing right up next to the green. You really don't want there to be a lot of space. You want it to be right up against each other, not too much space. Put that blue right up on there. So now you have something that looks like that. And you're going to start again with the purple. And you want to go almost directly on top of that purple again, right up close next to that other purple. They're all definitely on top of each other. And you're going to do the same thing with the green, right on top of each other. And you're going to end up making layers, which makes your flower wider. And you want to make sure you're pulling tight when you do that. So there are the greens, they're right on top of each other. This one's inside, and then that one's on the outside. And I don't have some blues made, so we're going to make some more blues. And like I said, you can do a big strip, so we're going to do that big strip. So, oops, my duct tape split in half. If your duct tape splits in half like this and it comes into 2 pieces, that's okay. Just cut it right off. If you don't want to waste it, you can use that and wrap it around the bottom and make sure everything stays together at the end. So we'll keep that piece, and I'll show you that at the end. So you're going to get your duct tape and make about an arm's length strip if you want to do this. If you have your plastic pieces, this is when it works. So I'm going to make mine a little shorter than arm's length, and then I'm going to cut that. And then you make those 2-inch strips and you place them on your plastic piece. So we're going to do that real quick. Just do a couple so I can finish up this flower for you. We'll just do a couple. And so you have this big leftover piece, you just place that right onto your plastic piece. That's what our plastic piece looks like right now. We got our little blue ones on the end and our big strip here and our triangles here. So then you're going to take those little blue pieces and fold them again, just like the triangle, and I'm going to remind you how to do that. You're going to take one corner down, make sure that there's sticky sides on both sides. You're going directly to the opposite corner. So you have a little box like that, and you're going to take the awkward side. If you have an awkward side, if not, you can choose, fold it down, and make sure there's a little flap of stickiness. And you're going to wrap that one around again. And to make these lines of triangles, all I do is prepare those triangles, stick them on this flat piece. Make sure that the sticky piece never overlaps on these. So the sticky piece isn't overlapping, and I can just pull them off from the end. So we're going to fold, actually we're on to purple again. Make sure you always follow the same way. So I am going to go counterclockwise, and I'm going to go counterclockwise throughout the whole flower. So I'm going counterclockwise again. And feel free to pause at any time and continue when you need to. So you're going to take the green and continue again. So we're getting a little bit of a curl. I'm going to do some blue again. When I get to the blue, I have to make them. And you can see it doesn't take very long to make the triangles. I think the hardest part is actually cutting the duct tape. But when I get these triangle lines, I can do a flower in about 5 minutes. Just putting the triangles on, but it'll end up taking me about a good 30 minutes to do each flower if I do it one by one. Oops, that's my little piece for the end. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you have good sized petals. Each petal needs to be about the same size. You don't want some awkward petals, but if you do get an awkward petal and it's really big, you can just start it at the base. Or if it's really small, you just start it up top. All you have to worry about is that top of that triangle needs to match up with the rest of them. You're going to keep going, and working in that angle, in that direction is going to give you that rotating pattern like we wanted. And you're going to keep going. You got your purple, your green, and remember, you don't want to get too far away from each other. You want to keep those petals right on top of each other. So we're going to make some more blue ones. Where'd I put my scissors? There they are. And my cutting technique is I'm going to cut a little slit, and then I cut small little snips. That gives me a nice flat edge. I'm actually going to make a couple of these squares, and we'll bust out some triangles real quick. And if you get some bending in your duct tape, don't worry about it. Duct tape doesn't have to be perfect. It looks pretty either way. So there's a little wrinkle in that one. All you got to do is grab the end. And most people think duct tape sticks to itself. If you're really gentle with it, you can actually get it to unstick from itself. Go back to its original form. So we are getting those squares ready, and eventually your strip gets down to about that big, and then you get some awkward sized petals. Like I said before, this one's going to be pretty big. So all I do with that big one, folding is a little more awkward on that one. That is totally okay. So I have this big awkward petal. All I'm going to do is start it at the base. A little less awkward. It's going at the base. Oops, sorry, I'm getting my flower off there. A little less awkward at the base. And you're going to put it on there. Sorry, this is my first video I've made with the webcam, so the viewing is a bit off. But the directions are still the same, and you're going to keep going and putting those petals on. And as you get going, you get that rotating pattern, and you can go to where You put it in between your 4 fingers. It fills up about the size of your palm. You don't want to get it to be too awkward on either way, or your pen is going to go flopping. You can do this on pencils, but you end up covering up the eraser, so it pretty much takes the use of a pencil away, and it ends up just becoming a lead pen. You can also do this with straw, and if you go down, and you can actually make the flour further down, and then actually drink from it, and that works. And if you want to make these flowers to go in a pot, you go to the store like Lowe's, and you get an adhesive spray, and you spray that all over, and that makes it waterproof, and then you can put them in a pot or something with some beans to hold it up. So that is how you make a spiral petal, or a spiral flower. If you don't want to make a spiral, you can go a row at a time, do a whole circle of one color, and then a circle of the next, circle of one color, circle of the next. This one is 2 colors, this flower has 3. You can do as many colors as you want. Just remember, duct tape is creative, so have fun with it. And if you have any questions, our Facebook page again is the and sign, capital M, duct taping, DUCK, because that's the brand of duct tape we use. Duct tape. So it's V and M duct taping. We're on Facebook, and I'll see if I can get a Twitter. I don't know if I can get a Twitter, but I know we're on Facebook. Thanks for supporting us, guys. We do sell the flowers. They're $1.50 each, not including shipping. And any questions, message V&M duct taping. So thanks a lot, guys. We love you. Thanks for your support.